everyone, shawnvmartin here. I am reading from my teenage journal, the journal that I actually kept when I was a teenager. And I have started, we are at the point now where I have started my freshman year of high school. And in the United States, high school is the last part of your public education. You're free, provided to you by the government, public education. 4 years, freshman, sophomore, junior, senior. I'm explaining that for my international viewers because, believe it or not, some terms like that can get confusing for them because they don't use them. So this is October 2nd, so school has probably been in session for 3 weeks. My school district is always was and continues to be one of the last ones to go back for some reason. Most of the others start right at the end of August or the first week of September. We always started like the second weekend of the second week of September. Second weekend. We had to go on Saturdays. It sucked. So October 2nd, and by the way, I guess I mentioned in here that I'm in study hall, so I guess I decided to journal at school and I didn't have my journal. So this is a piece of paper that has been folded in this for the last literally 10 years, which is bizarre. Okay, so anyway, 90 seconds later, we're finally getting to the entry. Somebody smart once said to write things down that you won't, start over. Somebody smart once said to write things down, that way you won't forget. That way you won't forget them, Shawn. I think it was my dad. My dad's a pretty smart guy. Dink. I should add a sound effect there, but I won't. It is Monday morning, Sunday. Talk! What is wrong with my mouth today? It is Monday morning, study hall. I'm bored out of my mind, and there's almost half an hour left. Yeah, I had to study hall first period, which was a blessing and a curse. It meant that I could leave like my math homework to do, like something that I knew was mostly busy work that I could accomplish within half an hour, 20 minutes. But it meant that I couldn't leave a lot of things because I didn't know how long they would take. And I didn't have a lot of things available to me. So, if I had had this study hall at the end of the day, say, I could have, collected my work through the day and then gone to the study hall and just gotten done whatever I had time for. But because this was the first period of the day, I couldn't bank on getting everything done if I left stuff for it for that day, which really kind of sucked a lot of the time. I actually spent a lot of time writing in that study hall. I ended up writing part of a book that I don't know if I want to get into that, but it is possible that I could share it here on my channel. Oh my God, no, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. Okay, Mr. Boyer, he was my study hall teacher when I was in my senior year. Either junior or senior year, I had him for a semester for American government, which was the best social studies, which is what we call history, class that I took in high school. And it was 90% him, 10% the material. He was a fantastic educator, and I bring that up to mention the fact that the school administration drove him so crazy that he quit his job shortly after I left. And that's what happens to good teachers. Mr. Boyer seems pretty upset about something. He's got his blues music on. He would play music during study hall. He actually turned me on to several artists, including Santana and Dave Brubeck and Sting. He listened to a lot of Sting that I hadn't ever really heard before, and I really got into it then. Something is obviously wrong. I hope everything will turn out okay. I'm a very compassionate 15-year-old. I still don't have a date to homecoming, and then I immediately switched to my lust and my I don't have a girlfriend. I still don't have a date to homecoming. I asked Brittany. I don't even know who Brittany is. I really don't. Nope, I don't know who Brittany is. I don't remember Brittany. I asked Brittany thinking she liked me, but I really don't think she does. She said no anyway. I would have asked, and here's the part where I'm going to start substituting a name. I'm going to call her Kathy. Kathy, and this is a story for another time, is the girl that I would go on to date until I was 22. 22! So it's better if you know that now, because it makes the whole rest of this more interesting. So I would have asked Kathy. That's going to be really hard to remember that I have to call her Kathy. But I don't think she would have said yes. I have no confidence. And now she's going with John. Anyway, John was my tenuous best friend. Him and I were like, through high school, it was kind of like we were brothers. Like, we would go from really liking each other and really getting along to being at each other's throats. And, like, that was the day, those were the days of AOL instant messaging. And, like, I remember, like, just rants back and forth at each other through IM. So, anyway, she's going with John. Thanks, best friend, who knew that I liked Kathy, who stole her away from me. Jerk. I don't have any other obvious choices, but, and I agree with my mother that I'm better off as friends with all these girls anyway. I don't agree with my mother. I'm saying that to comfort myself. I'll probably still go with or without a date. I would ask Christy. Christy was my middle school crush who her and I dated. We went out for 3 days, which includes a weekend, which means that we went out for a day before she called me and said that she thought we should just be friends. Which is fine because she turned out to be really tomboyish, and I have nothing against that, but that is not my type. I like girly girls. So I would ask Christy, but I still can't tell, I never could, if she likes me. Again, tomboyish. And I'm still angry with her over last year. Oh my god, I brought it up. I didn't know I was going to. Wednesday we have another practice. Oh, band practice. John and me, the reason that we ended up in this tenuous best friend brother-ish relationship is because we started a band right before school started. I didn't even know who he was at the end of 8th grade. I ran into him when a friend introduced us literally on the last day of school of 8th grade. Then over the summer, somehow, like through a network of friends, our paths crossed a couple times. He found out that I was learning to play drums. I found out that he was learning to play bass. And one of our mutual friends, Brian Campbell, who, if I remember to, and if I don't, someone remind me when you see this and it's not in the info, Brian Campbell has gone on to enjoy quite a, I don't know if successful, but prolific music career. He is a musician now, and he's probably the best musician I ever worked with. He's very talented, great singer, fine guitarist, but mostly great singer, good lyricist. And the three of us would eventually form a band that we called Snap-On until we got really sick of that title, that name, and decided to rename it, and I have the prop ready, Second Hand. Here's a pin. Okay, focus. Second Hand. Yeah. Wow, that's really hard to hold steady. Okay, so anyway, you get the point. I designed that logo way back in the day. Focus. Focus on me. There we go. Okay. So anyway, Brian Campbell, John, and me, Snap-On, then Second Hand. We changed it to Second Hand because we got sick of Snap-On and because we added a member, and that was our excuse to change the name. Anyway, how's my hair? It's okay. I will get through this one entry before the end of this video, I promise. So, band practice. Okay, Wednesday we have another practice. Kathy will probably attend. I hope John doesn't do anything stupid. What? Why am I writing that? Why am I writing that down? Like, that's not... I'm not analyzing or anything. I'm just like... It's like I'm talking to someone. This is not the way that I would journal now, if I journaled now. I would write like... Oh, never mind. I really think our band is doing well. Our songs are awesome. And I wrote "are," but I obviously meant "and." And we get along great as friends, parentheses, most of the time. I hope when we play a show it goes well, and we can serve God well, too. Again, I was in the middle of my devout Christian phase, way more than these jokers were. And now Brian Campbell, evangelical Christian singer, and John, I don't know what he's doing. John and I really liked playing tennis. I just have to find rules somewhere. I know some basic rules, but not all of them. As kind of like a group friend thing to do, we would go to the tennis courts and just hit some balls around. All right, I'm done for now.